Ever bought something for 99.99? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, I don't know. But if you have, then chances are you have probably have handed over a $100 Benjamin Franklin, and you were supposed to receive a 1 penny Abraham Lincoln, but you were like meh, and the cashier was like meh, so you really did not get that Abraham Lincoln. It turns out though that that decision may have actually been good, at least economically speaking. You see, in 2012, 1 penny cost 2 cents to make, and a nickel, a Thomas Jefferson, cost 10 cents to make. Those costs were actually less than they were in 2011, which were, about that much. It was such a problem that in 2012 it cost the US government about $100 million to make 5.8 billion pennies and 1 billion nickels. Even Obama himself wanted to try and find some way to reduce their cost. The interesting thing here is it's not just a matter of just reducing their cost through changing their metallic structure. 17% of the cost of making the penny or the nickel in 2012 anyway was administrative cost. But the thing is, that's not exactly that bad, because an administrative cost is a labor charge, and a labor charge entails that whoever is going to be administrating the making of the penny or the nickel is at the end of the day going to get paid for their work, and that payment, probably speaking, is going to be pumped back into the economy. So it's not that bad. This has actually been a problem in different countries and during different times. As an example, in World War II, soldiers thought that using copper pennies as bullets was actually, better than spending the damn things, giving birth to a new penny at that period called the steel penny. In 2013, Canada already got rid of its penny. Now, with all that said, that's not 100% conclusive proof that a penny is not worth a penny. You see, money doesn't get used once, it goes into circulation. Now, if you go out there into the market and find something that you can buy with a penny, which is actually a very difficult thing to do, you're going to be giving that penny to whoever is selling that thing worth a penny to you. And that guy is going to be taking that penny and then going to someone else and, buying something with a penny, if he can find something like that. Now, in this sense, a penny has been used more than once. It has been used twice. Therefore, it has equalized its cost. It's not a 100% direct relationship, but it's definitely there. But here is the thing. If you go out there into the street and you found a $100 bill and a penny, which one are you more likely to scream, "Holy jizz, money," to? Probably the $100 bill. It's just unlikely for you to lose it. It's not going to be used as a cheap coin in wishing wells. It's not going to get lost on the seat of your car, and it will be within your possession for a very long time. What a penny is, it's not going to be in your possession for long. You're probably not going to even notice that if you lost it, you would lose it. A $100 bill, you're going to go crazy. I think the best way to answer the question, is a penny worth a penny, is to look at it through the following way. If it proves so enticing for your citizens to melt down your coins and then sell them for profit, then you should probably reconsider their positions. In 2005, the cost of a penny was still profitable, costing only about 0.97 cents for each penny made, so there was still some kind of a margin. But in 2006, the cost exceeded the face value of the penny. So is it a surprise that during the same year a new legislation was introduced that made it illegal for you to melt it and then sell it for profit? Probably not the biggest surprise. So with all that said, it seems like a penny is not worth a penny. But here is another way to look at it that might actually make the penny worth a penny. Because of their perceived low value and their everywhereness, pennies have found new ways to be used all over households in America. Over at savingadvice.com, Valerie Johnson posted 83 things that you can do with a penny, including scratching off your lottery ticket, teaching your toddler how to count to them, playing penny poker, and even filling a sock with a lot of pennies and then using it as a self-defense weapon. Maybe it's not the best weapon, but it's something nonetheless. I've also linked to a post below that shows how a penny can be used as art. Now, why am I mentioning all of this? What exactly is the value in that? The value in that is to show you that the penny, more often than not, seems to be used for other things besides actually being a currency. Now, all of those useless activities will have some hidden value to them. I don't know whether 300 million people in the United States using pennies to open up their remote control battery compartments really is worth the amount of money spent by the government in making them. But, as I've said, the value is there. So the answer to the question, is a penny worth a penny? can be answered through the following ways. If you look at it from an economic perspective, the answer is a 100% no. It is not worth the trouble. If you look at it from a social perspective, then maybe it is actually worth the trouble. If you look at it from an overall perspective, I think that's something that's going to be based on opinion. Now, with all that I've said, I would personally say the penny is still somewhat worth it, but eventually it is going to exceed the economic cost, which is already had, and is going to also exceed the social cost. So at that point, the US government eventually is going to get rid of it. And with that, thank you very much.